Gareth David-Lloyd and Myles! Oh! Mate, how are you? Brilliant. I'm allowed. Are we allowed? I'm always allowed. I've always got to ask you. By the way, it's not me. It's this.
Is it heat boiling, have you?
It's boiling. Proper boiling, it is. Proper boiling.
It's hot.
Oh, how are you guys?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Hello. Fantastic. These guys are all right. I've been warming them up for you beforehand. Didn't really need to do that today, though, did we? You know, they're warm enough. They're warm enough.
You go now.
But we're going to turn them around at half time, so they'll be all right.
Clevers. Are you all warm? Has he warmed you up? Isn't he lovely?
Oh, that's brilliant. We were just saying we had a wonderful question. We said, if you could do it, what would you do? What question would you put to the panel? And the young lady said, I would want to write an episode of Torchwood. And I went, wow. I said, what would you put in it? What would you put in it? Do you know the first thing I'd do? I'd write me in. I would write me into Torchwood straight away. That would be it. That would be brilliant. How have you guys been? Because I haven't seen you for... I've seen you go. We caught up last year.
Last year.
Eve has been hiding from me. She's been hiding from me.
I am.
She has.
I mean, good, thank you. Been very busy, and I've had a lovely little baby.
I know.
Yes.
So how are you? How is everything now?
Good, very good, thank you. Very busy. I've got a house full of little Milesy free guards, and I'm thrilled. How are you?
I'm okay.
All okay? How are you? All okay? Good.
We should do that like, how are you doing? You doing good? They're doing good. I literally, I don't even know where to start with you with what you've been doing. I mean, you have been everywhere. I'm just looking at what you're delivering at the moment. Everywhere. It is absolutely insane. I've no idea how you do it. Oh yeah, and she's become a mother again as well. Just juggle it all. Just take it all. Where have you just come from now? Because I just saw you on Twitter. I'm back, Wales. Where were you just coming from then?
Work.
What you're not allowed to say yet.
Oh, I can't believe I'm one of those boring actors that have to kind of go, I can't tell you what it is, but I genuinely, I can't. But it wasn't in Wales.
Yeah.
It's been a really long run. It'll be out next year. And I think it's going to be really, really good. I hope it's really good. I'm sure it is. It's got amazing people in it, and it'll be fab.
It always is amazing.
Oh, that's very kind.
Just say, keeping faith, Broadchurch, Torchwood, wherever you are, you come out with these incredible characters. And she's amazing, all right? You are an amazing actress.
Oh, it's very, very kind of you. I'm very lucky to work with really good people, sitting next to them myself. And I'm very, very fortunate to have, amazing scripts. You've got to choose the right projects. Because as well as there's been some very, very good stuff out there, there's some very, very bad stuff out there, and it's quite hard to judge. So I'm very lucky to work with some amazing directors. So I think if anybody's interested in this kind of business or wants to go into it, Gareth will tell you the same thing. A lot of it is on instinct. You've just got to go with your instinct and trust that. And I think so far it's going okay.
I think you've done okay. And I tell you what, Gareth, you are the thespian at the moment. I am seeing you in everything. What have you just done recently now? I've just seen you with
what was that?
Well, you had all your...
No, I had eyebrows.
Oh, is that... You were... Wow.
I had eyebrows. I had, I did Corn is Green in the National with Nicola Walker, which was... Yeah, dream. Oh, thank you very much. Did you see it? Oh, lovely. Thank you very much. It was dream come true. 18 years ago, I got a job at the National behind the bar, in the hope that it would be the best way to get on stage there. It wasn't at all. In fact, I think I got blacklisted for a while. So it's been a long time coming, and it was a really lovely project to work on.
See, I think you're being far too modest. Where you're saying at the moment, I'm on theatre. I finally made it in theatre. Somebody has finally noticed me. When you were a child, you got noticed on the stage, and you had quite a famous benefactor, if I'm correct.
Neil Kinnock gave me some cash. Yeah. Neil Kinnock. He saw me doing the Scottish play in Monmouth Castle with When Young People's Theatre. And then I was going to drama school, and he gave me some money towards it, which was nice of him. Yeah, because he enjoyed the performance.
Quite a nice sum as well. Let me tell you, he must have been impressed. So
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah.
So not from any to tell you. I want to throw some questions out to the audience because these guys have been absolutely fantastic. It's a very strange setup we've got here at the moment. Very, very new. Not sure if I like so much, but can you guys all hear us at the back? Yeah? You can, which is good. That's very, very important. I want to get a mic out. Can we get somebody roaming around with a mic? Will that be all right? Brilliant. Do you have a question? If you've got any questions, put your hands up. Fantastic. Let's get some audience participation here. Hello.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi. What was your favourite of the Big Finish audio adventures? I really like The Opposite Never Was and Serenity. They're two of my favourites.
Oh, we can't hear you, my darling. Is it okay if you?
Okay, it's working now.
Yeah, just shout at us.
The Big Finish audio adventures, which one is your favourite? My favourites are The Opposite Never Was and Serenity.
Favourite Big Finish. And yours favourites are The Office That Never Was and Serenity. Did I get that?
Yeah.
Yes. Still got it. My favourite Big Finish. I think the first one I did, actually, for James Goss, Fall to Earth, is my favourite, just because he captured sort of Yanto's dryness and humour so brilliantly in that, and it was such a fun episode, and it was a two-hand. It was sort of there was a benchmark for Big Finish for me. That was my favourite. It was my introduction to it, and I couldn't get over how good it was. And it was my first job with James Goss as well, and he really knows the characters inside out. It was that one.
I got to say that I generally enjoy all of them because I get to work with my friends again, and it's been over a decade since we've been on set together. So any excuse like a con, the Big Finish stuff, which is amazing. I jump out to be with my friends. But I did one with Kai. It was a two-hander. What was it called, guys? Anybody? Go on. 10 points in it for you, girl. Get Out Alive. Yes. That's the one. Well done.
I was going to say.
I enjoyed that because we just really, it had been a long time since we played Gwen and Reese, and it was a perfect kind of precinct to come in and just jump straight into how those two are together, which for me was a really special part of Torchwood, was the relationship between Reese and Gwen. It was lovely to play, and we played with that. We were allowed to play with that. But I don't know how you guys feel, but it's a miracle how they Big Finish make Torchwood, and they've kept it alive now for years and years and years. Scott, James, everybody that's involved in it, I think deserve a round of applause, to be honest with you. They're amazing. I love working with them. They're amazing professionals, but they're really, really good people as well. They're good humans.
Yeah, and they care about the product. They care about the world, which I think is evident in the episodes. You can feel the love that they have for the characters and for the stories, and it's easy, especially just to milk something, I suppose, when something has had a big impression and you're doing audio dramas afterwards, just to churn them out. But they're really, really sort of precious about not cheapening the product, the world, which is lovely.
Thank you for your question.
Fantastic. And 2 points to Gryffindor for remembering that. Well done. Next question. Oh, there we go, down the front.
She's Shirley, she's whirly, she's a Shirley, whirly girly.
Thank you.
Shirley, everyone.
A question each. So first of all, Eve, I was really, really peed off that Faith didn't get her happily ever after when her lover was killed. Were you? Did you feel cheated?
I really liked it. Because
you're evil.
No, I thought I didn't feel that the series was ever going to be tied up with a neat bow and it was going to be a happily ever after. I always believed that it was always going to be a difficult ending for Faith, and yet she still navigates her way through like water, through the rocks, through the sharp edges, and through the kind of chaos. So it was also great fun to kind of put. Oh, it sounds awful, and I shouldn't say it, but it was great fun to put Mark Lewis Jones in a bag and kind of just unzip him when I felt like it. He was like, "Let me out, go breathe." So I just felt I felt that it made a mark, that end. I think it made people think. I think the last thing we wanted was an ending where people went, "Oh, that's nice," or "Oh, I expected that." We kind of wanted you to think about it afterwards, and I think, if I'm right, you have, which I think is pretty good drama, I hope. And I'm glad you watched it and you enjoyed it.
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah.
And Gareth, going back to Big Finish, would you be tempted to write a Gwen and Yanto story?
I would, if I got asked. And there's a couple of ideas I had for that. Once a year, up until this year actually, but I think I've been so busy. I do get an email saying, any ideas? What about these two characters? Can you put these two together? And yeah, I'm still waiting for them to but I have got some. Of course I would. I'll write for all of them. They're all lovely.
But I'm the best.
Great storyline where there's an evolutionary biologist you desperately need, and Torchwood call him in any time. I'm available anytime. Right, next question.
Hello, I'm Cheryl, by the way. Hello, Eve, and hello.
Hello.
Gareth, yeah. Hi. Eve, I loved you as Gwyneth in one of the Doctor Who episodes there right at the beginning, and I loved the Torchwood episode, but my favourite episode of Doctor Who is where you were all in it. Oh gosh, it's gone out of my...
Earth, Journey's End.
Journey's End. That's what I was trying to find. Would you be working for Doctor Who again, both of you?
Would we or are we?
Are you? If you're allowed to say.
Oh.
If we were, we wouldn't be allowed to say no.
Oh, what a shame.
But I would. I would definitely, drop of the hat.
And you would as well.
Yes.
Great stuff. Remember, this is all recorded.
We're going to make sure we get down the back as well. Don't you worry. There we go. Keeps the runners fit.
Hi. So I know that I'm really interested in working with voice actors as like a director. I know that you, Gareth, you were Solus in Dragon Age, and Eve, you were Meryl in Dragon Age. And I'm wondering if you have any kind of thoughts on the differences between on-camera acting and voice acting for how you find it and how you enjoy it.
I mean, it's a different set of tools, isn't it? Well, you've got less tools when you're voice acting, so you have to be more sort of surgical with the one tool you've got, I suppose, which is your voice. When you're on TV, you've got more things that you can convey stuff. That you've got your face. You can do things with silence. There's not a lot you can do with silence in an audio drama. And I'd say video games is different again. I mean, it's a completely different beast again. For Dragon Age, my first session, I turned up, and all I knew was that I was an elf and I was magic. And we didn't have a script. The lines would just come up on a screen with a brief description of how to say the line.
You weren't in work. You were at a bus stop, right?
Yeah, I was at a bus stop. Yeah.
I'm a magic elf.
I'm a magic elf. Yes. So yeah, after 3 or 4 months working on it, it's such a long process. You go in for a couple of days, then you go away, then you come back. So it's a really long process. After about 3 or 4 months, you start to get an inkling of what makes your character tick, and you start to put a bit more thought into it. Especially going into this next game now, after playing the previous game, I've got a lot more knowledge about who the character is and what makes him sort of tick. But again, it's a different beast. And I just think it's the difference between all those genres is what tools you're allowed to use, and it's always slightly different.
I think exactly what Gareth has said there, but if you're doing something like Big Finish Audio or you're doing a radio play, just to reiterate what Gareth is saying, and then to go on to doing something like a computer game, they're very different. But what I find with audio in particular is that it's very specific. You can only play one thing, because what you say and how you play it physically on screen are two different things. When you're using your voice, you're talking into a microphone, but who I'm actually talking to is you. One person, you, and I just have to get through to you. I have to connect with every single one of you with my voice. And sometimes that's about the energy you put into the voice. Sometimes that's about the choices you make on how you talk to other people, but you never lose the connection I have with you, the listener. And it's a really specific thing to do. And it takes a lot of confidence, actually, to be able to do it. And you've got to trust that I can connect with you with my voice. And I absolutely love it. You can turn up, which I normally do, with a sock hat on, pair of joggers, pair of high tops, and I can be Guinevere, or Meryl, the magic elf, and I'm in my hoodie and kind of looking completely unmagical. But it's about the pictures I put into your head with my voice. We're very lucky on screen because we can be physical, we can use, all our attributes, but it's really important that you're specific with your voice. But with the computer games, every line you do, you must do 20, 30 times because of what your choices are, how to play your character. So you really get to exercise what you can do as an actor. People underestimate it a lot, I think, but it's very difficult voice acting, and I have so much respect for people who do it full time. I hope that's okay. No, and you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and good luck.
Are you guys? You. I guess with audio as well, you're taking the person with you. You know they can't see what's going on, and so it's very descriptive as well. Is there that element to it as well?
Yeah, that's when we really lean into and need somebody like Scott Hancock. A really good audio director who can. He's listening, and what we've got is each other opposite each other. So and when. As an actor, you're taught to look in each other's eyes. Sometimes you're not. With Keeping Faith, they hated us to kind of make that contact. It was more like how we talk in every day, like this. I'd be talking to you, but I'd be kind of like here. But normally, it's kind of like you lock eyes, and that's how you make a connection. But in an audio room, wherever your mic is, that's your eyes. So if I'm talking to Gareth, I would be talking like this. If I was on screen, I'd be talking like, you get what I'm saying. So it's like 3D chess and how they do it. They're technically brilliant, and I need all the help I can get with that kind of stuff, because if you come off mic, you can kind of hear it here, that's no good on audio. So there's all those kind of techniques you need to be really, really good at. And obviously, the writing has to be, really visual. So that has to help you. And when the writing's not good is that you can't see what we're telling you. So all of those factors come together to make an audio drama. And it's really difficult. And that's why the guys at Big Finish are the best.
Wow, not just going in and reading the script, that's for sure. That's incredible. Another question, please. Where's our runner? Oh, she's over this side. Okay, there we go.
Hello, Gareth and Eve.
Hello.
Welcome to Telford.
Oh, thank you.
This is my friend Katie. She absolutely adores Captain Jack.
Hi, Katie.
Love the coat, Katie. And yours.
Yes. I'm Jack.
And yours.
I'm Jack.
Right,
Yes.
everyone's coat's lush.
Everyone's coat. Woo! My question is, if you could have a hand in designing another Torchwood hub, what would you add as extras?
Starbucks.
Excellent.
You wouldn't have to get sent out for coffee all the time then. Yeah, exactly.
That's a really good question, and I can tell you after all these years, I've never been asked that. Starbucks for you?
And a transporter.
A bar.
Starbucks bar. Starbucks / bar. Yeah.
Starbar.
Buckstacks.
Star bar.
Bar stacks. Stacky backs. One of them.
Would you have any pets in there though?
We've got one. Mind you, I don't know if she's there anymore. Yeah, that's what you think. I've got a big garage. She's very tame.
Oh,
Good question, thank you.
well, excellent. Oh,
Hi,
Hello.
I'm Freya. Hi, Eve. Hi, Gareth.
Hello, darling.
Of all the Torchwood episodes you have filmed, which has been your favourite to film?
food.
Countryside.
Yeah, we've been asked that, and it's always been Countryside, hasn't it? It was great. Although the first, I really loved when, and it was Doctor Who, actually, when Gareth and I got to come against the Daleks. It was fantastic, those couple of days. We loved it.
Yeah, we were literally just locked in the hub for literally trapped in the hub.
We ate so much Greggs. And we had so many custard slices.
Cheese and bean pasties.
Cheesy bean pasties. We lived off them for about 4 days. And after about the fourth day, we were going, you have to let us out now. We're literally seeing Daleks now. Can you leave us out? That was great. That was great. The Countryside, we've said, and forgive us if we're repeating ourselves, but it was the time that we got Yanto in jeans, out of a suit and in jeans, and we got to get out of the hub and out to Cardiff and out to the studio. We went up to the beautiful Brecon Mountains and created havoc up there. I'm from up that way. I was brought up around there. So when Countryside went out, there wasn't so much of a welcome in the hillsides for me when we'd kind of made out that everybody were cannibals living up there. But hey, truth hurts.
Okay, so there you go. Starbar and a Greggs. Okay, look. Let's get right in the middle if we can as well. Next, okay, there.
Hi, I'm Theo. My question is, what's the worst experience you had whilst filming Torchwood? So it could be like just a moment, it could be an entire episode, anything like that.
Mine was sat on the floor outside in an alleyway in Cardiff at 3 o'clock in the morning with a rain machine on me, doing this. Those emotions were real. Yeah, it was horrible. I was absolutely freezing, and they just couldn't get the crane shot right, and which is part and parcel of filming, really. But yeah, that was the most uncomfortable I'd ever been on set. I was there for like 3 hours. I think I got pneumonia.
I was going to say, did you actually check it wasn't John Barrowman going, keep it going, keep it going?
It probably was. It probably was. But the footage looked great in the end, and that's all that matters, really.
Oh gosh, there was a lot. There was a lot. In Children of Earth, when I'm running with the little girl on my hip, through fields with the army running after Gwen and on all the kids, and she's trying to get them to safety. I'd rehearsed running in those boots around Cardiff, looking completely insane for months beforehand. So I'd run in my boots and a sweatsuit. I mean, that's a character for Doctor Who, right? So I was pretty sturdy on the heels by then, and they were block heels, but still running in them. But I didn't take into account of it being really, really muddy. And I remember hearing my hip pop. And a couple of you came today with the DVD cover, and on the back there's a picture of that exact moment when my hip popped out on the back. I'm kind of a little girl, and I looked like my hip was just popped out. That's not Gwen, that's Eve Myles swearing. I'm trying to cover the little girl's ear while I'm swearing. That was one of the most painful things that ever happened. I went straight to hospital after that. I finished the day, finished the schedule. And the other one was hard, but one of the most memorable days of my life, actually. was when we came back on Miracle Day and we were on St. Genny's Beach. Not St. Genny's Beach. Down by the Three Cliffs.
I know, wait, I wasn't in that one.
Llangennith Beach. With the open top truck and the bazooka and the helicopters were all there, and it was an amazing day, but it was -14. Yeah, it was -14, and it was the coldest anybody. And you had all the crew in all their like North Faces, all like the hoods up, all really warm, and I had a blouse on, and I had to, be up while it was going like 15 miles an hour. The cold, I've never, ever, ever felt like. I had 3 baths after that, and I got very, very drunk. So that was like a hard day, but a lovely day, and a pneumonia day. I hope that was okay.
Is that the day Mackay Pfeiffer was there?
What's that?
Is that the day Mackay was there?
Mackay Pfeiffer didn't know what the hell had hit him.
Yeah, I've told the story. Yeah, he's just like zipped up and like.
It's like, I'm from New York. I don't know what's going on here with the weather. How do you Welsh people breathe? And this ain't bacon. Because he kept saying he didn't like the bacon over here. It's floppy. It was cold even for Mackay. Yeah.
Whenever you work with on Torchwood, who's your favourite to work with?
Everyone we work with in Torchwood, who's our favourite person to work with? Ooh. You wouldn't swap any of them, really, would you? There's been no nasty ones.
For me, I mean, Peter Capaldi was a big day for me when he turned up as Frobisher. Peter Capaldi.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
In the read-through, like everybody stopped reading, looking at the scripts, and we were just besotted with what he was doing, even in the read-through. It was just mesmeric.
He had a speech that was like just a list. It was just a list of countries. It went on for like 3.5 pages because he had to include all these countries who were present on the sort of listening into the meetings. We had this like in the TV series, it's over a montage of images, so it's just in the background. But in a read-through, he's just sat there reading a list, and it was one of the best speeches I've ever heard. Yeah, he's amazing.
I love Lauren Ambrose as well, James Masters. I mean, we were really, really spoilt on the show with amazing guest leads coming in, and to be honest with you, we were so sick of each other by that point. To have new people coming in, it was just really nice. I think we're lucky, weren't we? Some of the people who were, everybody who agreed to come onto this little show, it started off as a very little show, and then grew and grew and grew.
Yeah.
To, 12 years we've been off air, and we're sitting here in front of you, lovely lot, still talking about it, which, may I add, I'm very grateful for.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very, very much.
Do you know?
Amazing.
Do you know what, Eve? I did voiceover with Peter Capaldi once. Huge event. And the BBC said, can we put a tweet out? And I went, oh, that's fantastic, great. And they put a tweet out, and it just said, Doctor Who and Dr. Pooh are in voiceover.
Oh, no.
Awful, wasn't it?
Oh.
There we go. One more question.
What's something that made you completely laugh out loud on set filming Torchwood?
Everything. Everything. I still love Eve's put down of herself when she'd get a line wrong. Over his laugh line. They got one on the special. It was like she always find a new colourful way of describing how she said a line badly. Like my favourite has got to be just when hit the bar. I'm not even sure if someone was they filming, but it was just the epitome of what when you got something wrong, what it would be like, and you just went, oh, what a bag of wank. Sorry for any children here, but yeah. Yes, so yeah, Eve's put down's always got a big belly laugh for me. Put downs of herself.
Constantly. I'm my worst enemy. There was a lot of fun. We had, as I said, we went for years and years, and it's been years and years since we've all been together and back on set. But every time I'm back at a con, I always have that lovely feeling of what it was like, and all the memories come flooding back, and you don't get to think, I'm a mama 3, I'm busy as hell, and then I come to events like this and you ask me a lovely question like that, and I swear to God I can't tell you. There's a lot, but I can tell you that they fill me with joy and happiness and criminal records. There's a lot. I mean, the Cyberwoman, when you fell in the water, you just fell straight into the water and got up swearing, you all right, Chief? Yes! It was endless though, we'd always have a laugh.
There were belly laughs every
all the time.
single day that we were working.
We were more tired about the laughing that we would do on a daily basis than we were about the work. If we didn't laugh as much, we've probably got another 3 series in. But hey, you got to have a laugh in you.
Guys, I have kept you a quarter of an hour later than I should have. But boy,
We were late because of me, so sorry.
Absolutely. Please show your love by putting your hands together. Gareth David-Lloyd. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.